guys, it's Melanie, and I want to do a quick little share with you because I found some really great deals and I was so excited, so I wanted to share with you. You may have heard, and if you're in the United States, you would know that the chain Borders is closing. So we have a store not far from us that is in the process of, going through their closing sales. Nothing too crazy. Most of it's 10% off. But I did find that their magazines were 40% off. So I was very excited because I was able to find some of the Stampington and Company magazines at a really great price. So I got Somerset Studio. This is actually the previous issue. I had this is the May-June. And I also had the July-August in my hand, but I was flipping through, and by the time I was totaling everything up, I was I decided I was just going to get one. So I decided to get this one for now, and I may go back and get the August one. But I liked some of the projects that were in here, so I thought that I'd start with this one and go from there. So this one is normally $8.99, and I got it for 40% off. So I was really excited about that. And then this is a new publication that they just came out with, and it's Create With Me, Artistic Adventures with Children. And I saw this a week or two, about 2 weeks ago, a little over, around there, when I was visiting my mother-in-law, because I needed a magazine to read while we were visiting. And I had this in my hand, and I decided to wait to get it. I ended up getting the art journaling instead, and I also got Somerset Life. But they had this also on sale for 40% off, and this one is $14.99. So I got this one at a great price, and so I was very excited about this. I'm really looking forward to going through and seeing, getting some ideas of things I can do with my kids. So very excited about that. And then I found this one. This is a British magazine. It's called Craft Seller. And in particular, it's focused on, it's our Etsy guide. Now, I've had an Etsy store. I really didn't sell anything out of it, and I haven't maintained it. So, just because, time and, I wasn't sure, just kind of going through would anybody buy these things, that kind of stuff. So, I picked this up, normally $10.99, and again, 40% off. So, I'm excited about that. It also came with these little book of labels for free. These are all handmade by and all that kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of cute. So that's what I got at Borders. And then I went with my mom to Michael's. She was actually looking for a photo album, which I have now realized they really don't carry any photo albums. They carry scrapbook albums, but not really photo albums. But I did find a couple of things that I thought were kind of fun. I found this for 49 cents. I'm just going to pop this in a letter to my best friend who is living in Hawaii right now. So I thought I'd just send that to her as a little fun thing. And then I had this, which had been 40% off last week. So this I didn't get today, but I got this over the weekend. And these are ATC cards, but I thought I could use the images for a variety of different things. So I got the little ladies here. But back to what I got today. I got some stamps, which are normally $1, but it turns out that these were all 49 cents. So I got these for a really great price. So I got this little one, and I found this, and this one. That was cute with the little cupcakes and the ice creams and that kind of thing. And then I got this one, which is a handmade. And then I found these. They had a lot of these that I thought were so cute, but I ended up just getting this one, You Make Me Oh So Very Happy, and this little pennant stamp. So each of those ended up being 49 cents. So I was expecting, I knew that these were 49 cents. I was expecting these to be $1. So score! And then the piece de la resistance. You may remember from an earlier video where I talked about my beloved ATG gun, my beautiful pink ATG gun that I had gotten from Michael's a while ago, and how I had dropped it and broke off the front nozzle. Now I contacted 3M to try to get a replacement part for that, because I thought, well, if it's just this, and if it's a decent, and I was willing to pay for it, if it's just going to be a few dollars, maybe I could just get a new one. They never responded back to me, so sorry, bad customer service there, 3M. It would have been nice to at least get some response, but I never did. So, but I couldn't make myself throw this away, because I thought, if I can somehow get a hold of a piece, then that would be great. Well, a couple of videos I'd seen of people finding these for ridiculous clearance prices because the boxes had been opened and some people had taken out the tape. And so I've been keeping my eye out for them. Last week I found one at a Michael's, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have this. Maybe, I'll be able to get that price. And I took it up to the counter and I showed the lady, and she said, well, she basically said, thank you, but I can't give you the price right now because we have to put it through our inventory system and blah, 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 blah. So check back maybe within a week. Well, I can't go to Michael's every single day of the week. I work. So I figured, okay, well, I just found one and somebody's going to get a great deal on it. But I was at the Michael's today and I thought, well, let me just go take a look and see if, this Michael's has the same problem. Well, I actually found two that were like that. And so being the good person that I am, I took them up to the counter. I said, hey, just a heads up, these are missing pieces, just so you guys don't sell them. And I didn't really pursue it because I knew what had happened at the last Michael's and I figured it'd be the same thing. So I asked them after I came back through, and I said, well, what'll happen to those guns when I went to go pay for my stamps? And she says, well, they'll end up being put in the as-is bin. She said, actually, it turns out that they had already been marked as as-is, and so we're just going to put them back on the floor. And I thought, are you kidding me? I never saw the price, and it turns out because they were on the back, and I didn't look. So after a big trek around the store, only to find out they were actually behind the counter at the next register, I found those boxes again. So I have one, and there it is, sold as is, normally $39.99 for $10. I didn't have one of those extra coupons for, get another 20% off your sale items or any of that kind of thing, so I ended up paying $10. But here was the funny thing. When I was talking to the manager about this, and I explained what happened to my ATG, and I said, I'll just go ahead and grab one of these because I don't think I'm going to be able to get a new part and, all that kind of thing. He said, well, you know what, why don't I just, since it's already damaged, which it was just missing the tape, but he said, since it's already damaged and I can't really do much with it, let me just see if I can get that piece off and I'll give it to you. And I thought, you gotta be kidding me. So he took it in the back and he came back, I don't know, like 5-7 minutes later, and he said, well, I kind of mangled it, but I did get the part off. So do you want it? And I said, well, if you mangled that one, then that means I probably have to mangle mine to get it in, so it probably won't work. So, I said, thank you, but I think I'll just go ahead and buy this one. And so he said, well, take the part anyway, because I can't do anything with it now that I've mangled the other one. So he gave me the parts for this one, so I can try and repair it, but then I also went ahead and bought this one. So if I can fix this, then I'm actually going to end up with 2 ATG guns. So that was my big Michael story. Crazy adventure, and it took me a while to to get all this sorted out, but in the end I walked out with a new gun for $10, and I don't care if it doesn't have the rolls in it, because I have a bunch of rolls because of this one. So, and if I can get the part to work on this, if I can get this piece off, it actually continues in. That's the problem. You have to take this whole pink section off, and the metal piece continues back to this part. So if I can get these off without destroying this ATG gun, well, now I'm going to have a spare one. So anywho, that was my crazy adventure at Michael's. But yeah, so check it out. You might find some fun sales down there, a couple of clearance-y item things, and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to try and fix this one, and if not, I have this one, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do a little more crafting. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you some of these goodies, and hope that you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, thanks. Bye.